I'm watching a series on YouTube, Awakening Mind. It's Awaken the World Film is who posts this. Anyway, they talk a lot about your awakening being the next stage. In my opinion, that should be before parenting. That should be before any major decisions. I mean, if you're working in a field where you are creating real change, you should already be awake before you're doing that. And what is parenting but making real change? You're creating people in this world. So it's something, I don't know, I've said it before and I'll say it again. We almost need to have permission to be parents. It's not an easy task, and their resentments will certainly show you that some things were not 100% right, but some of their resentments could be because you were too soft. I know certainly I had been in a lot of areas. But anyway, long story short, watching The Awakening Mind, they talk a lot about being awakened as coming to your true nature. Well, it'd be, yes, initially your true nature as it would be presented based on the decisions you've made in your life. But what that really means to come to your true nature, one, you need to accept all judgments against you. You need to understand that there's other perspectives on you in life, despite what you're living through and what you see in your day-to-day. There are still others on the outside that place judgment based on what each of your decisions looked like. And unfortunately, that matters in the big picture. There's still an overall expectation in our cultures and humanity. You know what I mean? Like there's still an expectation. So those judgments still play a part in who you are as the world presents today. It's not just about what's in your mind. See all that you could have. Yes, so you literally need to be able to also expand your mind to see what other things did you want to be, or what areas were you brought to that maybe you could have expanded in, and what else could you have been in life? What were your missed opportunities, so to speak? Because that makes a difference in really identifying who you are as a person too. Because why did you miss those moments? That's pertinent to a big part of what your nature has brought you to, what your culture, your decisions, what it all has brought you to. What is your ultimate self as of right now before your next decisions? And that's I guess what I'm getting at. As much as they say it's getting to your true nature, you're still living, you're still acting. So there's still more possible growth. So you could have a whole new awakening, so to speak, because there's a lot in this world that you're not a part of. But maybe all of a sudden, whatever your life brings you to, it's now a part of your life. Well, you need to come to terms with how you feel about that. What's your opinion on that? What is your stance on that? How does that change you as a person? It all matters. If these are not settled, help for understanding as to the why. So if you've not been able to get to the point where you can accept the judgments, it's important to understand why. Why don't you accept it? Why do you feel like you need to oppose it, as if that's not a part of you? How dare you think that of me because of this, whatever the situation happened to be. Or the same thing with what you could have been. If you're feeling resentful about that, well, why? Just because it was a missed opportunity? Well, unfortunately, some things are. It is what it is, and there's not much you can do about it. But it's not about missing the opportunity. It's about what held you back. Why did you miss the opportunity? Are you going to miss the next one? Right? So there's a lot to really awakening. It's coming to true terms with where you stand in life. Where do you plan on going? Are you on your path, or are you not on your path? If you have not designed a path, why not? What do you see life as? And why do you think that that's enough?